What's going on, everyone, and welcome back. Today I'm going to be going over my top 10 list for New Comic Book Day, August 3rd, 2022. I picked up 11 total issues this week, so you know what that means. One of them did not make this week's top 10 list. I've got AWA's brand new one, Sacrament issue number 1 to talk about. I've got Marvel's new one, Edge of Spider-Verse. I'm excited to talk about them. Let's see who claims number 1. Alright everyone, I hope you're all having a fantastic day and you were able to grab all of your books. Super quick before I get started on this week's top 10 list, I wasn't able to grab The Closet issue number 3. It's not on my pull list, and when I got to my shop, they didn't have any more copies. It did get ordered for me, so I'm going to read it eventually, but I just won't have it to review today. So if you did read it, let me know what you thought about it down below in the comments section. Don't forget, my next Omnibus giveaway is at 9,000 subscribers, and we are getting very close, so hit that subscribe button down below and the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. As always, as I begin to talk about these books, just be aware there's definitely going to be spoilers. Some of them I get very excited talking about them. I let some stuff slip up, so I do put a little spoiler tag down below in the corner to give you a heads up that a spoiler is about to happen. This first issue, this is the one that did not make this week's top 10 list. It was an extremely last second pickup. We've got Image's brand new one, Golden Rage, issue number 1. This is cover A. I'm going to be honest with you, I honestly really didn't like it at all. It was between this one and another new one that Image came out with this week. I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but when I was flipping through it, I thought, it's another superhero type book. I already had enough Marvel stuff on my list this week, so I didn't want to grab that one. The artwork looked cool in this. The artwork is nice, but the story itself, I don't know, really didn't do a good job pulling me in, and by the end of it, I thought, alright, this was a waste of my money. There's going to be a little bit of a spoiler, but it's kind of just going to be what it's about. So it started off strong. There was a bunch of action. It had these older, grandmas. They're showing it on the front cover, and they were fighting these other people, and I thought, alright, this is going to be a cool issue. But from there, I don't know, the story just kind of went downhill. Nothing really happened. We didn't really learn anything either. So for those reasons, did not make this week's top 10 list. Let me know what you thought about it. Like I said, maybe it's just me, but I really didn't think this was that good of an issue. And now let's move to the real top 10 list. And here we go, everyone. Kicking this top 10 list off first, we've got coming in at number 10. This is Boom Studios. We've got Basilisk, issue number 10. This is cover A. I don't know if it's just me, but honestly, I'm not really enjoying this series at all anymore, and I really don't care about the story that's happening. When it was supposed to just be, I think, a 5 or 6 issue mini run, I thought, man, I would really like if they expanded on this and they made it into an ongoing. I feel like I couldn't have been more wrong on that. I like the artwork. In this issue in particular, I really like the action. I think the action has been consistently well done throughout the entire series. But the characters, the story where we're at right now with the plot, I don't care about what's happening. When it was just before and we had one side just hunting the other side, I thought that was cool. I really like to see the Chimera doing everything to just the population and just the powers that they had. I like that. But now it's made a little bit different of a turn. At this point, I just kind of want it to end. Like I said, I don't know if that's just me. I'm going to stick with it. Maybe it gets a little bit better, but right now I don't know, just not doing it for me. I want to hear your opinions on it down below, but for those reasons, we've got Basilisk, issue number 10, coming in at number 10. Next up this week, we've got coming in at number 9, this is Marvel's Moon Knight, issue number 14, this is cover A. I'm going to be honest with you, this is another series that really isn't doing it for me anymore. I love those first maybe 7, 8 issues. I thought it was extremely well done. I like the action. I thought it was well paced. Character development, it was all very cool. Maybe because I don't have a lot of knowledge on Moon Knight, and I thought they did a great job with the series. However, the latest arc, I really didn't like that all that much. This issue, it was a good story. Nothing really happened in it, so it is going to have some spoilers because, like I just got done saying, there's really nothing that happened in this issue. We've got Mark Spector, Stephen Grant, and Jake Lockley. There's a lot of different panels happening, a lot of personalities, but they're all basically talking to each other. Basically just talking to Mark Spector saying he is the problem. That was the entire issue. There was a little bit of action as well, but that was just really what happened. They're just having a conversation with each other, and they're just trying to talk to him saying, hey, we're fine. It's actually you that everybody has a problem with. You are doing all these off-the-wall things, and that's causing problems with us. It's not the personality disorder. It's just you. So for those reasons, we've got it coming in at number 9 this week. We have Marvel's Moon Knight, issue number 14. Coming in at number 8 this week, we've got Marvel's Spider-Punk, issue number 4. This is cover A. So when I initially bought this series, I had zero expectations for it. I'm not a real big fan of a lot of these miniseries coming out from Marvel. I think, honestly, a lot of them are just cash grabs, kind of a waste of money, just a lackluster story. This one, punk rock, I love punk rock music. Spider-Man's one of my favorite characters. Put them together, I'm hoping for the best here. This series has been awesome. I'm a big fan of it, mainly because I am biased towards both those things I just got done talking about. But I feel as far as just a Marvel miniseries goes, they're doing a great job with it. The artwork goes very well with the story they're trying to tell. I like the characters. I like how they all interact with each other. They throw some nods to just punk rock music in there too, so if you are a punk rock fan, you're going to get some of the references. This issue in particular, they finally made their way to to DC, and it was just all out action the entire time. Compared to some of the other issues, they did have some nice story behind it. They're trying to lead up to this moment. I'm excited to see how they cap off the series, but this one, like I just got done saying, tons of action. Norman Osborn finally made an appearance, and some other awesome characters as well. A lot of good fighting, a lot of good artwork. Check it out if you're a Spider-Man or a punk rock fan. And for those reasons, we've got Spider-Punk issue number 4 coming in at number 8. And now we've got coming in at number 7 this week. This is Image's Stillwater, issue number 14. This is cover A. Now, this is a series I've been so back and forth on. I've told myself, AR, just drop it from your pull list, and if you're actually interested in finishing the series, just get it as a hardcover or a trade paperback. There's so many times where I do these reviews where I'm like, all right, this issue was all right, didn't like this issue at all, and then this one was awesome. Now, for this issue, I thought this was an awesome issue. Before I get into it, my main problem with this series from the beginning was that I told myself, where can Chip Zdarsky go with it? Everyone is confined to the city of Stillwater, so they're basically just stuck there for the entire run. Well, small spoiler, but a couple issues ago, maybe even the last issue, they expanded to the next city over. This issue is basically talking about that. The new mayor of Stillwater went over to that city. Everyone is basically captive. He's telling them, he said, hey, we gave you our gift from God. You're going to learn to enjoy it just like we did. And they're all basically prisoners. They're trying to learn how to deal with it. It was a fun issue, very fun read, and it kind of brought me back into the series. Like, yes, I'm excited for it again. I want to hear your opinions on this one down below. But for those reasons, we've got coming in at number 7 this week, we have Image's Stillwater, issue number 14. Next up this week, folks, we've got coming in at number 6. This is Marvel's brand new one. We've got Edge of Spider-Verse, issue number 1. This is cover A. I was so pumped for this book. I had very high expectations for it, and I'm going to be real with you. It kind of let me down. Now you're thinking, AR, it came in at number 6. You talked highly of some of those other books. How did this one beat that? I actually really liked the story that focused on Anya. I thought that was cool, and I'm really excited to see them proceed with that. The reason I thought it was more of a letdown is I wanted more of that. I like the artwork, but this issue in particular, it focused on a couple different Spider characters. The first one was Spider-Laird, and then we had Anya. Followed up with that, we had a Spider-Man T-Rex, and we capped it off with Spider-Man Noir. So it got split up into 4 short stories. I really wish they would have focused more on Anya. I'm excited for it to see where they go with it. I'm going to continue on with it. They're obviously building towards just some big spider multiversal problem. They got to bring in all the different spider characters. They're doing that with Gwen right now. They just wrapped it up with the Miles Morales What If series 2. I'm definitely over it, but hey, it is what it is. I'm excited to see where they go with it. And like I said, overall, I really like the Anya story. The other ones weren't bad, but they really were just a couple pages, so just, they could have done without it. But I want to talk about it more down low with you guys, and for those reasons, we've got coming in at number 6 this week, we have Marvel's brand new one, Edge of Spider-Verse, issue number 1. And now, everyone, we are down to our top 5 issues of the week. If you are enjoying the video so far, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Coming in at number 5, we've got Image's Little Monsters, issue number 6, the Severian cover. I really enjoyed this issue, and overall, I'm really enjoying the series. I'm going to be honest, if you don't like this series, I respect that. I totally get it. It is definitely on the slower side. There's not really a clear plot, but I'm biased to Jeff Lemire. I really like all of his work. It just lands with me, and for this series in particular, I really like the artwork as well. So, with this issue, it picks up where the last one left off. It doesn't exactly do what they've done with the last couple issues, where they just show one of the vampire kids and how they became a vampire. This one focuses more on the human girl and how they proceeded the story. It's got me hooked. I want to know what happens, and I'm very interested what happened to all the older vampires. With this issue, so we've got the vampire kids that are trying to protect the girl, and then we have the other vampires that are coming back from getting a first taste of human blood. Big fight happens, a lot of stuff happens from there. I don't want to spoil anything else. Let's talk about it a little bit more, but overall, like I said, I'm a big fan of this series. Jeff Lemire, I'm a big fan of his work too, but if you don't like it, definitely wait for a trade paperback. And for those reasons, we've got coming in at number 5 this week, we have Little Monsters, issue number 6. Next up this week, we've got coming in at number 4, this is Marvel's Ghost Rider, issue number 5, this is cover A. I'm going to be honest with you, I really don't think this series is all that good so far. I really enjoyed the first issue, I like the artwork, I like the storytelling. It felt very dark as far as a new modern Marvel series goes, and I was excited to see where they go with it. But since then, every issue just kind of felt like a one-shot with not a real clear path direction of the plot. We've got those 2 characters that are chasing Ghost Rider Johnny Blaze down, but they're just kind of just the backstory right now. We're focusing on him, and almost every issue just feels like this internal monologue, and I want something else to happen. Now, that's exactly how this issue was as well, but it was probably my favorite one. They did a really cool job with it. We've got Johnny Blaze, Ghost Rider, same thing just like all the other ones. He wakes up, he doesn't really know what to do, but he needs to go to Utah because there's this Hell's Backbone just motorcycle race. All the villains across all of Marvel are showing up for it, and it's just a hell-bent race, and apparently whoever wins this race gets to meet with just, the devil or a demon, and he gets a wish. So that's kind of what this issue was. I'm not going to be spoiling anything else because a lot of other crazy stuff happened. So like I said, overall the series, I had higher expectations for it, but as far as them going like just single issues, not that bad. This was probably my favorite one, and for those reasons, we've got coming in at number 4 this week, we have Marvel's Ghost Rider, issue number 5. Next up this week, we've got coming in at number 3, this is Images, Twig, issue number 4. This is a variant cover. I absolutely love this series. I think it's phenomenal. The story, this issue in particular, not a lot of stuff really happens in it, but it's the artwork that I think just keeps bringing me back in. The art, the coloring, the expressions on the characters' faces, the way they interact with each other. I just love it. I catch myself re-looking at the artwork all the time. This issue, it picks up where the last one left off. All it is right now is we've got Twig and Splat. They're on an adventure to save the universe. And if you can recall from the last one, that other character got introduced that Twig needs to kill, get that character's heart, and that's what he needs to save everybody. But Twig is just such a kind-hearted spirit and a soul. And he just recruits this character instead on just, let's save the world mission. I'm going to leave it at that. That's kind of where it is, but it was just such a nice issue. Let's talk about it more down below, and for those reasons, we've got coming in at number 3 this week, we have Images, Twig, issue number 4. Down to our final 2 issues of the week, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, these 2 books were very hard to put in order, but we've got coming in at number 2 this week. This is AWA's brand new one. We've got Sacrament, issue number 1. This is cover A. I was very pumped for this one. It did not let me down. The artwork was fantastic. The story itself, I'm not going to be getting too in-depth with it. I want you guys to experience this one. I really like how the characters interacted with each other. I like the different groups. So kind of the whole plot of this series, we're in space on different planets, but now we can add in religion, we can add in exorcisms, we can add in murders. All of that is combined in this one. It's an absolute must-read for a first issue, especially if you're an AWA fan. I mean, you probably already picked this one up. So let's talk about it more down below then. And for those reasons, we've got coming in at number 2 this week. This is AWA's brand new one. We've got Sacrament, issue number 1. And here we go, everyone. This is it, my top read of the week. We've got coming in at number 1 this week. This is Images, Philadelphia, issue number 24. This is the Noir edition. I did not plan on picking up the Noir edition. I don't know. I thought it was cover A, and I picked it up, and turns out it wasn't. So if you don't know what the Noir edition is, it's all in black and white. This issue does have some color, but it's basically just Seesaw. At least I think it's Seesaw telling just, a story from his past. But I will tell you what. This was probably one of my favorite Philadelphia issues of the entire series. The beginning of the series was fantastic. The middle of it's been great, but this one, I don't know what it is. It's almost as if everything that they've been building up to, the big war is finally happening, kind of in the background though. It's not the main plot of this issue. Instead, we've got Seesaw telling a story of him growing up with his dad and how his dad is just this good, kind-hearted soul. But then it kind of showed how he turned and all this other stuff. Man, I don't want to spoil things, but we'll just leave it at that. This whole issue, it's basically Seesaw telling a story about his dad and just how that changed him, while we have this big, massive vampire, monster, werewolf war going on in the background. The next issue is going to be incredible, and when you're done reading this issue, read the kind of end page. It's talking about the whole Philadelphia universe. It's coming together. I'm pumped. I'm excited, so definitely read this issue, and we absolutely have coming in at number 1 this week, we have Images, Philadelphia, issue number 24. And that's a wrap on this week's top 10 list, folks. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to comment down below which books you picked up, which ones you think I missed out on, and I want to know what your top read of the week was. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy it, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, and if you don't want to miss out on any of my upcoming videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and the little bell to get notified every time I drop new content. You won't regret it. And I've got 2 more sitting off to the side here with more of my comic book content. Click on one of those, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.